Get the facts. Know the stories. Exclusively on LNTV News Update. Be the first to know.
Hello there, good afternoon. I'm Daniel Ankrah and this is LNTV News Update. The African Development Bank says it is implementing 30 major projects across the country with a total finance commitment of over 350 million United States dollars. According to the resident representative of the African Development Bank, Margaret Kilo, the bank is also supporting youth entrepreneurship projects worth about $2.5 million. Speaking in Calcutta on Saturday, Madam Kilo said supporting the youth of Liberia to develop the entrepreneurship potential and providing them jobs is critical to the peace Liberia currently enjoys. She said with 75% of Liberian population being youths under age 35, they are the driving force for economic growth in Liberia, but said this cannot be possible if their entrepreneurship potentials are not developed. The standard bearer of the opposition coalition for democratic change, George Weah, has vowed to fight corruption if elected as president in the October 10 polls. Senator Weah said he will cut wasteful spending in government and ensure zero tolerance on corruption, stressing the move is important because the menace is a major factor behind abject poverty in Liberia. The CDC political leader was speaking when he launched his party's national campaign in Monrovia ahead of the presidential and legislative elections. Senator Weah said the CDC has what it takes to rid the country of corruption by putting in place robust measures, including a special court for corruptions. According to him, his government will not recycle corrupt officials nor promote tribalism, but unite Liberians, educate them, and create employment opportunities for the young people. Meanwhile, the CDC standard bearer commended the international community for their support in sustaining peace in Liberia. Monserrate County District No. 9 representative aspirant on the ticket of the Unity Party, Miller Katakal, says the UP-led government is not being appreciated by Liberians as it should because of the legislature's alleged non-proactive nature. Mr. Katakal stressed the need to overhaul the current legislature if future lawmakers must perform up to expectation. He said the legislature, as the first branch of government, has not been practical in executing its powers. Mr. Katakal called on voters to make changes by voting out those he described as incompetent lawmakers. A magistrate in Sino County, Solomon Jain, is calling for peaceful electoral activities among political parties across Liberia. Magistrate Jaine also wants political parties sell their ideas in a peaceful manner that will give voters better options during the October elections rather than spreading hate messages. He spoke recently during the launch of the civic voter exercise by the local office of the National Elections Commission in Sino County. Our correspondent said the women of Sino have also joined numerous calls for political parties to ensure that the 2017 polls are free of violence. And away from Liberia, in Nigeria, President Buhari has addressed the nation following 3 months of medical leave in the United Kingdom. In a televised speech, President Buhari said he had followed events in Nigeria closely during his absence. The BBC quotes President Buhari as saying he was distressed by calls for the dissolution of Nigeria and urged Nigerians to come together, even though he failed to describe or to say while he was being treated. It was the Nigerian president's second spell of medical leave this year. He also made reference to ethnic violence in the country, blaming political mischief makers. Well, that's LNTV News Update. I'm Daniel Ankrah. Good afternoon.
Breaking the news. Get the facts. Know the stories.